Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to have our classes for class 7, and today we are going to discuss about first chapter, which is in civics, chapter number 1. The chapter is about the Constitution of India. As we can see in the board, I have written here, it is about the Constitution of India. Now, in this chapter, there are very important things that we are going to learn about. Let us go in detail, or in brief, in short, in what all are the topics that we are going to touch in this chapter. Number one, we are going to know about what was the need for the constitution, what was the requirement, or what was the importance, how did the importance for constituting our constitution, Indian constitution, was required for our country. The second one we are going to learn is about the definition of the constitution. What is the actual definition of constitution? Then we are going to learn about how constitution was framed, what all mechanism or what all were the processes, or who were the important people who were responsible to bring about the constitution and how it took place. In this we are going to learn the people who were responsible or who took active part in the drafting of the constitution, the chairman, the president, and when it was established, then what was the duration total, what was the total duration that had taken for the constitution to be made and to be implemented in India. Then we are going to study about the preamble, which is very important to understand when we are talking about the Constitution of India. Then we are going to learn about the nature of state. Now, in this particular topic, the nature of state, we are going to study about certain minute or detailed thing that is been written in the constitution or the preamble. It states about various different things that are been mentioned in the preamble, which indicates to the people or the general public as a whole, to all of our countrymen. Now, coming back to one and individual topics that we are going to touch. First of all, we are going to talk about the need for constitution. What was the importance? Now, as we all know that our India got independent in the year 1947, and it was during this time that Britishers had handed over the rule from their end to the Indians. There are various important people or leaders that who were responsible for this all things to carry out or to take over. But after 1947, when India got independence, now the question arises as to what exactly will be the requirement or for the country. Now, the main important requirement that India came across was the establishment of its own rules, laws, and regulations. Why? Because India was earlier ruled by Britishers. Now, as we got freedom, there was no requirement of their own British rules to be implemented or to be followed, because we were, or our countrymen or the earlier people were fighting against that only. So they planned to form their own law, rules and regulations, and that is the time when important leaders came together, united together, and they thought of bringing about a constitution, a law or a system which will be governed or which will help in governing our own people in our country. That was the main thing, that why the need for the constitution was required. The next is about the definition of constitution. What is the definition of constitution? There are various different definitions that have been given in books or historians or different philosophers or thinkers and writers. But in a simple form, we can define constitution as a book of law. Now, it is a book of law which states about various laws, regulations, rules framed for the government as well as for the people. Now, this states as to how the government should be taking care of its people and what are the other important things that the people should take care of while being the citizen of these countries, their responsibilities, their rights, their important duties that they need to do. All these important things are being mentioned in the constitution. So, in a simple form, Constitution can be defined as the book of law which gives detailed regulations or principles as to how a country should be run. Next is about how constitution was framed. Now, what are all different processes into which the constitution was put together, people who were indulged in or gave the time into it and brought about a very unified and a very strong constitution of India, making its own laws, rules and regulations. Now, there are various important people who took active part in it. Now, there were important leaders such as when this particular constitution was being made, it was said that there was a particular body that was been formed, or there was a body that was constituted during this time. And what was that body known as? That body was known as the here in a circular form I have written here, the body was known as the Constituent Assembly. Now this body had various different important people into it as a member of this particular body, and they decided as to how, or they had various discussions, they had various debates as to how and in what principle and in what way the constitution has to be made. Now during this time only there were important people who were elected in various posts of this Constituent Assembly. Now the number one, the president of this Constituent Assembly was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He was, as we all know, that he was the first president of India, and simultaneously he was also the president of the Constituent Assembly. Now the chairman. Here, talking about the chairman, it is stating about mainly, most probably we need to know about the drafting committee. From the Constituent Assembly, there was a subdivisional body that was being constituted. That was known as the drafting committee. And the drafting committee was headed, or it was led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now he was the chairman of this drafting committee, and along with him there was various different people also, those who were involved into it, who helped Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to frame this constitution. Now the personalities, other personalities whom we can see who were also indulged in this activity was Dr. Azam Khan, then we have Sarojini Naidu, then various important personalities were there, even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman here, Maulana Azad, and so on. They all actively participated in bringing about this formation of this constitution. Now, the next question is about how much time did it take for them to sit down together, discuss, debate, bring about various things, joining together and bringing about a constitution. Now, it was said that it took about 2 years, 11 months and approximately 18 days. It was almost near to 3 years that the constitution was framed, or this was the duration in which various debates or things were put together, again taken out, again various different decisions were done, debates were done, because why it was required, because India wanted to frame such kind of constitution which would not be biased to any one particular part of the society. It should be for each and every level of the society, from rich to poor, from high caste to lower caste, for everyone. Now that was the reason why it is also said that while constitution was being made, there were various representatives from different part of the society. Doctors were called, farmers were called, engineers were called, normal people from the villages were called, agriculturists were called. So every part of the society, or every representative of the society were being called for their own advices, or for their own sayings, what they had to put forward. And according to that only, when everything was considered and taken into consideration, this constitution of India was framed, which took about 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Now, the next question is that when it was all together, when was the constitution of India implemented in India? Now, when this constitution was ready, it was decided later on that the date 26th January, during the time it was 1950, 26 January 1950 was the exact date when the Constitution of India was implemented in India, and that was the day why it was declared as a Republic Day for India. Now also we celebrate every 26 January. We celebrate our Republic Day. There are various different concepts. One of the important reason for celebration of Republic Day is the implementation of the Constitution of India for the people of India. Now, the next that we are going to talk is about the preamble, which is the very important aspect of the Constitution. Why I am telling it to be a very important aspect? Because here preamble is considered to be the main doorway or the face of the Constitution. Now, it is always important to know where, when you visit a particular house, for example, when you visit a particular house, you can make out how it is and how does it look, or the appearance from outside only. You can just imagine as to what is the condition of, or what is the situation, or how will be the people of the house inside. So same way, preamble is also the face of the Constitution. It has various important things that are written here in brief, in small minute detail, that it states about the introductory part of the Constitution. That is why it is also called as the introduction of the Constitution of India. Now, preamble, in a short way, it is defined as the introductory part of the Constitution, which states about the facts, philosophy, the ideology which the Constitution speaks about, which the Constitution wants to tell to its people. Now, considering that, the preamble starts with a very important word that it is written here, which means we the people of India. Okay, let me rub this one and write it on the top so that it will be very much visible. Now here, as I was saying, the preamble here states a very important thing. What is that? It starts with these words. It starts with the word, we the people of India. Now, what does it mean, we the people of India here? Now, we the people of India, it states, the preamble states with this is that the Constitution is made by the people. It is not that exactly the people, all of the people were directly called upon and then they made it, but the people of India, their representatives were actively participating in constituting the Constitution. That is why, as this Constitution was made for the benefit of the people and considering their positive and negative part of the life, so that is why it is considered that this particular Constitution was actively done for the people and by the people of India. That is why it states about we the people of India, which is indicating directly to the general public whom for which this particular Constitution was drafted. Now, there are various important natures or the various important things that are being mentioned in this particular preamble. Now, here it states about the nature. What was the exact nature of the Constitution? Nature of the preamble. Now, here the nature of preamble is very important to be understood because there are various important words that are being used in this preamble, which indicates or states about the various important facts about the society, about the people, about the government and everyone. Number one, in this we are going to study the first point, which is of It talks about sovereign. It talks about our country. Our country, it is stated that our country is a sovereign country. Now, what does this particular word sovereign mean? Now, this word sovereign means that India is now free from the rule of Britishers. Now, it is a free country which is independent, and it has its own laws, rules, and regulations headed by the President of India, who is again an Indian elected by the people. The next, is in preamble it talks about socialist. Now, what is socialist? Socialist is the society that we live into. Now, when constitution or the preamble is talking about the society, it is talking about the equality, unity, and distribution of wealth among the people of India uniformly or equally. Now, it means that everyone is considered equal in the eyes of law. Nobody is high, nobody is low. And here other word is that when it talks about equal distribution of wealth, it does not mean that government will equally distribute wealth to each and every individual. It is stating, or it is trying to state, that whenever an opportunity is given to someone from government, it is the ability of a person who comes forward and attains that opportunity and then earns for himself, and according to the capabilities and things that are available or it is given by the government, the people have to come forward to take. The next is about the next states about the secular part of our country. Now, our country is considered as secular. Now, secular means what? It is talking about actually secular, it is talking about religion. Now, India is considered to be a secular country. It does not have any kind of religion of its own, or any kind of religion that it practices as an official religion. Every religion is considered to be equal. Nobody is allowed to condemn or suppress anyone or obstruct anyone from practicing or following any kind of religion. That is why it is given as India is considered as a secular country. The next is about democratic, which is talking about the people's choice. Now, what do we mean by democratic is that we, the people of India, being the citizen of India, we have our own rights to choose our own government. We can cast our votes when we reach at a particular age as prescribed by the constitution, and using our voting rights, we have our own choices to select our own government. That is why it is known as democratic form of government, where the freedom of expression, various rights are given to us. One of them is the freedom of expression, freedom to vote, freedom of religion. Everything, every aspect is there, which is states about our country to be a democratic country, which is most probably chosen or run by the people's choice. The next is about republic. Now, what do you mean by republic? Here, republic again means that our country India, it has its own leader or the head of the country, and it is run by its own head of the country, who is known as the president of our president of our country. There is no other person who forms a dictatorship. Like earlier it was when the Britishers used to rule, and there was almost a kind of single rule or single official thing where Indians were not allowed to do anything. But now, here India is considered as a republic country. Why? Because India has its own elected president. And when it has its own elected president who is the citizen of India, India is considered to be the republic country. Now, these are the important things that we should remember that is there mentioned in the preamble, which states about what are the important things that are given to us, or what, how our country is defined to be as, or what kind of country is India. Number one, let me go through once again. Number one, India is considered to be a sovereign country. This talks about that India is free from the British rule and it is independent. Second, socialist, which talks about the benefits, privileges, opportunities that is given to the society without any discrimination between any of the people in India. The next is secular, which talks about religion. There is no discrimination in regarding to religion, and there is no official religion of our country. Each and every religion is considered to be equal. Democratic, because India is a country whose government is being chosen by the people's choice. That is through casting of votes. When people they cast votes, they choose their own representative. Those representatives whom they feel fit to be forming the government, and they are capable to rule them according to their own choices. Then the republic part, which states that India earlier was it was ruled by a different monarch rulers, or the Britishers. Now it has its own head, or it has its own Indian citizen head who is elected, and then he is put into a post which is known as the President of India. Now, the next topic that we are going to learn about why and for what reason the Constitution of India was implemented or was made. The main objective of the Constitution. Now, till now, what we have studied is how it was made, why it was made, when it was made, and the main phase of the Constitution, which was known as the preamble, where we have studied the various important things which is written about the definition of India as to what kind of country India is. Now we are going to learn about the objectives. Here we are going to learn about what important things are there for which the Constitution was framed, or the aims that were there in the minds of the Constitution who thought to bring about their own constitution which will be helpful for people. Number one, it is for justice. Now, objectives, like earlier it used to happen. Now, why justice? Because earlier what used to happen is that Britishers, during the time of the Britishers, Indians were neglected to a very large extent. In every aspect or every part of the life, they were always discriminated comparing to the British officials. So that is why it is said that the Constitution was made so that the people of India will be seen equally into the eyes of the people, and that is why there will be no discrimination upon various different people. Now the second part here is about liberty. Now liberty here means that there are certain important freedoms that are being given to the people of India, where they are properly guided, or they are properly informed, told that what are their important things being the citizen of India, what they can do. what their rights are, their responsibilities are, and even though their duties are also being mentioned here. What kind of choices they have to make being the citizen of India, and what they are asked to do, and what they are not asked to do. Now that means what liberty is? Nothing but freedoms that are given to the people of India. Inform. The third one is talking about equality. Now here we studied that India is a democratic country. The definition of democracy. Then we study about the society we studied where discrimination was not there. The India states to be a country where each and every individual in the society are equal. They are not discriminated on any of the grounds. Equality here states the same. It was the main objective of the constitutors of the constitution. Now here equality means the equality in regarding to opportunities, the equality in regarding to religion practices, equality in regarding to any of the activities that people do. There will be no kind of discrimination in any form. It is prevalent. It is seen that still there are people in the society who tend to bring about this discrimination among male or female, high caste and lower caste. But it is to be remembered, it is to be known by the people that discriminations according to the Constitution of India is punishable by law. If anybody is discriminated on any of the grounds of such, then a complaint can be filed against the person who is discriminating in such kind of way, and an action will be taken against that person. So equality is the right of each and every citizen of India, where there should not be any kind of discrimination in any kind of form, which states about equality. Now when we talk about equality, we can also remember various other principles that were earlier adopted by various leaders. Now Mahatma Gandhi had formed one system of untouchability, which was earlier practiced by the people. Now he was very much against the system of untouchability, where what he did is that he considered those untouchable people and gave a new name to them called as Harijans. Now Harijans means what? The people of God. According to the meaning, it is known to be as the people of God. So he gave them a higher dignity, a meaningful dignity to the untouchables, who were considered to be untouchable during the earlier part of the society. Still, it is found that there are various society or group of people who still practice this kind of practices. Again, it is to be remembered that these kind of practices are offensive and it is punishable by law. Even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was clearly in his mind about the discrimination of higher caste and lower caste, because he himself was from a lower caste society where he faced many kind of discrimination when he was small during the British rule and during the later part of his life in this society too. So he also was against this practice of caste discrimination. So these all leaders who had these ideas about which was prevalent, they did not want it to exist in the present and during the time in the present and the coming futures. So they had a very good concept, clear mind, for which only the debates, discussions and the duration that took for the framing of the Constitution of India was about 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. It's a very long duration. And so that they could bring about a constitution which would be for each and every single individual living in the country. There were various different amendments or changes that were made in future, but for that time it was considered to be one of the best constitution which was been made. And it is also said that our Constitution of India is not a constitution which is taken from Indian part only, but it is considered that various different concepts or ideas from different countries' constitution also were adopted in Indian constitution. which was good, which was helpful for the other countries' people. So those good things were taken into this our constitution, and our constitution was framed for us. Now this is all about that we have in this chapter a small detail about what exactly the Constitution of India is, where student needs to clearly understand and know that what was the reason, how it was made, who were responsible people for the constitution or constituting the Constitution of India, how it was made, the duration that it took, when it was implemented, and then the foremost and important thing, the preamble. What does the preamble state? What are the important nature of the preamble that it is stating? The 5 different things, that is sovereign, socialist, then we have secular, equality. So these are the important things that are there in the preamble that has been mentioned, and which states about the importance of the Constitution of India. So this is all about in this chapter, and I hope that as we are approaching towards the end of this virus, by God's grace, it ends. We are taking care of ourselves, following the guidelines, rules, regulations that are required to be safe at home, so that we are protected, and it is our responsibility to take care of ourselves, and if we take care of ourselves, we are indirectly taking care of our society and the country as a whole. Thank you very much. This is only for the day.